it's Holly Marie King, and we are back with Emblem Knight's Rough Draft, and I finally fixed my camera. Finally figured out what was wrong with it. So, yay! But anyway, I just want to make an announcement really quick. I know not a lot of people watch these ones, but hey, if you do, one quick thing, I am splitting my channel into two. So, eventually, most likely, I will be uploading this one onto my, my gaming channel. So I'm going to have a gaming channel, and I'm going to have a channel that has my reading, things I do with my kiddo, and my business that I'm going to be doing here fairly soon. It's not quite yet. I'll do a video on that when it's actually coming out. But, essentially, yeah, if you are watching this video, this one I will put here, but eventually they're all going to start transitioning over to my herbology channel, which is what it's going to be called, and I will put in the description below my other channel so you can go if you want. Right now, it's probably mostly just going to have the Hunger Games and my books. And most likely, yeah, I'll probably have one thing I'm doing with my son on there. But until I get most of my stuff transferred over, everything's still going to be on my main gaming channel. And then once everything has been shifted over, then all my non-gaming stuff is going to be over on herbology, and all my gaming stuff will be on the Holly Marie King channel. I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, anyway, let's get started. I'm sure so many people want to know what happens next. Alright, part 2 of the Emblem Knight's Rough Draft. Figuring out friend from foe. Chapter 13, Rest. Is that so? The senior advisor asked. He moved as though he was about to attack. Alex jumped out from behind his boulder. Oh, that's where we are. And launched himself into Yuri. The two landed on the ground unharmed. There was a hole in the ground where Yuri had been standing. Are you insane? What are you trying to do? Kill yourself? Alex demanded. Let go of me, Yuri snapped. She rolled out from under him and stood to face the senior advisor. This man has done enough to me. The senior advisor laughed heartily. You have overstayed your welcome, he said to Yuri. Watch out. Alex launched himself at Yuri again, putting them on the ground again. Another large crater showed up where Yuri had been standing. Stop protecting me, Yuri ordered. She stood once more. Leave her out of this, senior advisor, Alex said, stepping away from Yuri. You've always been a thorn in my side, young Alex, said the senior advisor, spoke eerily. I was going to kill the youngest last, but if you want it this way, then so be it. He's talking about Alex being the youngest in the group. I don't know if that's clear. No! Yuri pushed Alex out of the way and took the full blast of the senior advisor's attack. She was pushed back from the aftershock and landed on the ground in a heap. Another hole dug itself into the place she'd been standing. Girl, are you okay? Alex shouted, running over to her. Yuri stirred, but she had felt the blast of the senior advisor. How can this be? The senior advisor looked shocked. No one's ever survived his power before, Gold said. He still sat nearby, but he kept his distance from the fight. You can't die, Yuri whispered to Alex. What? Alex sat down next to her so he could hear her. You can't die, Yuri said again. She inched from the effort. Oh, winced. See, this is... I should just learn how to spell, really. It would be great. Ray needs you. How do you know this? Alex asked. I met all of your friends. Yuri took a deep breath. As she tried to sit up, Alex helped her up against a wall. Prove it, Alex said, still keeping his eyes on the senior advisor. The old man still looked to be in shock. Yuri licked her lips and took a sharp breath in. Ray is the leader, he acts tough, but instead he's quite insensitive. Daisuke is kind. He'll help any defenseless soul that he feels deserves it, though you don't understand why. John is just with you if you want him to be. He's really good with teaching and making your life seem less hard. Roy is a hothead that you just have to warm up to in order to actually know you care about him, even though I hate him. What? No, she didn't actually say that. And Murphy is someone who tries to help out and be mischievous at the same time. She described each of the guys in the light that she had seen them in. Alex smiled, his teeth surprisingly decent. I mean, he's been drinking for so many years. That would describe all of them to a T, he said, down beside her. Can you move? He asked, looking over at her. I'm kind of interested in reading the final draft and how I did this. I can't remember how I fixed this scene. I don't think so, Yuri said with difficulty. I can barely move. I can barely read. Too bad you're too weak to face me, the senior advisor said with a crude smile on his face, because it'll be dull fighting against the rest of you. Oh. A man with coal black hair and endless black eyes appeared out of nowhere and placed his finger on the old man's throat. This is when you die, he said in the old man's ear. The senior advisor fell and moved no more. Yuri blinked to make sure she was seeing all right. She then gasped, What's wrong? Alex asked, still thinking that she was finally dying. He's the man that killed my parents, Yuri exclaimed. Oh, shit. Jack, is this true? Alex asked, still looking at the young man that had just appeared. Jack was examining the old man. They were traitors, he said it offhandedly. With a sigh, he stood. Another fake. What a waste. He turned to Yuri and began to walk towards her. Stay away, Yuri tried to move, but her body was pretty much dead weight from the senior advisor's attack. Jack moved close enough so that their noses were almost touching. If you keep moving, you'll make your wounds worse, he said, moving away from her. Quiet, he told her. Your voice annoys me. Why were they traitors? Alex asked. They worked for the senior advisor, Jack said. Put her on your back. Fine. Alex hoisted Yuri onto his back and shifted her so she wouldn't slip off. Where to? I still have one more of those wretched traitors to take care of, Jack said, beginning to talk home. Walk down the path. I need to visit her home. Memories flashed of his first brutal attack before Yuri's very eyes. No, she shouted. Ow, Alex whined. Watch the ears, would ya? He followed Jack down the pathway. Leave my brother alone, Yuri yelled a little more quietly. Okay. I'm not after your little brother, Jack said. Yuri looked relieved to hear the news. Going to kill your grandfather. What? Yuri awoke in her bed. The pain in her body had all but become a stiff feeling that she was slowly working out of. It had been 2 weeks since her grandfather's death. The old man had been buried for his funeral, and no more was said about it. I didn't actually write it in the rough draft. I actually write it in the final draft, what happens between the grandfather and Jack. I thought I wrote it in the rough draft too. Crazy. Sorry. Yuri had no clue what had been happening since then. She'd been too weak to get out of bed and only seen the others when they came in to help her recovery move along nicely. The only person she hadn't seen was Alex. So, the first thing she decided to do when she could finally walk was go see how he was doing. His room was all the way down at the end of the hall. Yuri hobbled all the way there and walked inside. So she hobbled there, but she could walk in the door. Wow, Holly. Writing. It's great, man. She didn't even glance at the old man's old room. Old man's old room. Whatever happened to knocking these days? The young man said from the bed. He was staring up at the ceiling. His blonde hair was cut short, and a dagger was attached to his belt. Why you look at his belt, Yuri? I apologize. Yuri said, stopping in the doorway. I thought this was Alex's room. Who are you? The young man chuckled. It's pretty strange being clean for a change. He rubbed his bare chin. I have no beard, and my hair is the length that it used to be. We needed to know. Alex sat up in his bed, green eyes on Yuri. I clean up nicely, don't you think? Alex? Yuri couldn't believe her eyes. She was seeing a completely new person. The one and only. Alex laid back down to stare at the ceiling. Now, what do you want? Yuri hobbled over to his bed. I just wanted to see how you're doing, she said, standing over him. I'm fine. I wasn't hurt, Alex told her. I know you do. You were a pink one, he said, changing the subject. No one has ever survived that attack, no matter who it is. You're lucky. And you? Yuri asked, what's yours? I'm a yellow flame, Alex said. What's that? Yuri's legs began to shake. She'd used them a little too much already. Electricity or lightning, whichever you prefer, Alex said, turning away from her. You probably already know where mine is. Yuri was tired, but she still wanted to talk to the house's newest Sorry. Newest resident. I don't know how to spell. So, good thing there's autocorrect. Then where's yours? Alex looked at her for a moment without blinking. He then closed his eyes. The emblem was on his right eye, the flames a bright yellow. He opened his eyes to see Yuri leaning against the wall. Would you like to sit? He asked, moving to help her down. Yes, very much so, Yuri answered, him easing onto the bed with barely any fuss. Alex lifted her legs, so she sat further over on the bed, so Alex could still sit there as well. You should have said something, Alex said as he sat down. I would have let you sit down a lot sooner. I'm not open to voice my pains. Sorry, I was really trying to make that actually work. Yuri said, feeling a lot better now that she was sitting. I wish I had Ray's quick healing ability, or even just being able to be healed by John would be great. Not all it's cracked up to be, Alex said. When he heals us, it screws with your immune system. So if you're not used to it, you still feel sick even after being healed. Though eventually your body builds an immunity that helps you cope with the quick healing. You never really get over that sickly feeling. I don't care. I just wonder what the tingly feeling is like, Yuri said, closing her eyes. You want to know something cool? Alex asked, getting Yuri's attention. What? She looked at him. Give him your hand. Give me your hand. Fast typing. Alex put his hand out for hers. This time, Yuri willing gave her left hand to him. Yuri willingly gave her left hand to him. Sorry, sometimes. Sometimes writing is funny. I can make you feel the tingly feeling by permanently doing something to your hand with my power, but I have to ask if you're sure you really want to feel this. Yuri nodded, unsure what he was doing. Going to do. I can't read either, so that doesn't help. That's when his hand began to emit sparks, which surrounded one of Yuri's fingers. It tickled, she giggled at the feeling, and blushed with embarrassment. Alex took his hand away to reveal a black line across Yuri's ring finger. So that line won't ever go away? She asked him. Sorry, but from now on, that's the only line you'll have if you ever want me to do it again, Alex said, leaning back against the wall. Yuri smiled. That was neat, Alex chuckled. Hey, you two, Ray asked us to meet in the kitchen, John said from the doorway. Alright, Alex got up and walked across the room. Yuri, do you want any help? He asked, remembering Yuri couldn't walk very well. No, I have to learn to walk on my own. Yuri lifted herself off the bed and wobbled towards the bedroom door. See? I'm fine. Yay! We finished chapter 13. And now we're on chapter 14. God. Sorry, I changed this one a lot more than I changed Not a Dream when I did the rough draft to final draft. So every time I'm reading it, I'm like, oh my god. Now I really want to see what the final draft was like. But my first reading of the first chapter, I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not catching everything. Beauty of being your own editor, after all. But yeah, anyway, next time we'll be reading chapter 14, Preparing for Battle, and look forward to my new channel. There's going to be a lot of different new content on that one, so if you like my gaming stuff, maybe you'll like my other stuff. And plus, you know, my adorable child will be on it, so, you know, maybe I'll put a picture here so you can see him. So it'll probably be really fun, and I'll probably be recording it on Saturdays, and on Saturdays I have my best friend's daughter Riley, who considers me her aunt, so you'll get to see 2 children. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.